Running a business is actually very hard and very stressful. Contrary to what every person on social media says, there is no quick tip that's going to drastically change your life. It is unfortunate, but business is actually quite simple. You have a product that is deemed valuable to people and they purchase it with money that they earn. That means your product has to be more valuable than the amount of time and effort that people spent making that money. I mean, that is the root cause of an exchange. I go to, let's say I'm working at Starbucks, I'm clocking in, making $20 an hour, including tip. And then I work my 40 hours a week, makes my $800. And then if your product is more valuable than all the time and effort that I just put in to make that money, then I'll purchase your product or service. So it is a value exchange. That's very simple. So create something that people want and have a way for them to buy it and have a way to deliver on that product or service. And boom, you have a business and you can make infinite money, right? And all Amazon does is deliver your packages. That's it. You can order stuff and they'll deliver it for you. It's pretty simple. The execution is what's very, very hard. For us, even though we're scaling it a lot, I'm constantly upset because I want to be scaling harder, faster every single day. And in my head, I'm 12 months from now where I want to be doing X millions of dollars per month, that I know exactly how we're going to get there. And so what is necessary for our business? Because we're working B2B. It is not B2C. And so if you're watching this and you don't have a business, you're not the product. Our product are 8-figure plus businesses that need lead gen. And so for us, what most marketing companies and most agencies don't realize is it is a people issue at all times. We are in the business of training and managing people. And if we can do that, then we'll get unlimited clients. Because if you do what you say you're going to do, it's very easy to get more customers. The same way the best restaurant in your city is always busy because they have the best food that's always the most consistent, then they don't have to market because they are incredible at making XYZ food. If we are exceptional at marketing for these businesses and getting leads for their businesses, it is very easy to get clients, which is why we are trying to onboard 7 clients right now. But we could not onboard another 7 clients without hiring and training a team to be able to fulfill on the services that we are providing. We are a marketing company specializing in organic media, anything you see on social media, and then creating the back-end funnels to convert those organic views into customers for their business. And that works for every business. If it was a dentist that needed new customers coming in, we would be able to get new patients for that dentistry. Doesn't matter what it is. And so now we are taking on a bunch of businesses in a bunch of different niches. And it is a very high ticket offer. And we do make a decent amount of money, but not to where we want to be. I have the most urgency to scale now than I ever have in my entire life. And I'm always kicking myself in the head when I should be enjoying the process a lot more. Because my vision is so much bigger than where we currently are. I want to have a team of 1,000 people where we're servicing 10% of the marketplace in the US. In the US, there's 200,000 mid-market businesses, and that is businesses between 10 million and $1 billion per year. We just want 10% of those. And so that would be, the 3-year goal is to have 5%. That would mean we have 10,000 clients. That 5% of 200,000 is 10,000. And so 10,000 times 15,000, which is our initial fee working with these larger businesses, but then we want to ramp it up to where each client is paying us $25,000 to $40,000 per month by adding more services and becoming more vertically integrated into their operations and taking over more and more of their marketing budget. But that's $150 million per year. That's a business that's $150 million per month, or like $1.3 billion per year for a company that could probably sell for 4 or 5 billion, depending on the margins. But we have bigger visions. I am much more interested in taking a company public or just continuously scaling. I would be miserable if we sold. I have so much fun growing a company. And so if that's how big the goal is, where we are now, it's always just taken one step at a time to get there. And so you can always just reverse engineer. If 3 years from now, we want to have 5% of the market of our entire industry, even though our industry is bigger than that. But let's just say we know exactly how many clients we need to take on per year, per quarter, per month, per week. And then the constraint is always hiring and training people. And so we need people that can get views for these businesses, that can follow the formats, that can be exceptionally good at managing the client's relationship. Then we need people that can convert the views into customers. And as we continuously get better, the only thing that matters is that we're always providing the best service in the world. Because when we do, every client that we get brings us 10 more clients because they all tell their friends and then their friends tell each other's friends. And it's very easy. When you go to the best restaurant you've ever been to in your entire life, what do? You tell all your friends, hey, you got to go here. It comes up in conversation. It says, dude, this is life-changing. You have to go to this restaurant. It's super good. And then you know what happens? All the deals get closed. And so companies that do not have exceptional quality services, their constraint is always getting new clients. And I want to always have to be getting new clients. I wish that was my job for the business, that all I had to do was go out and get us 10 clients a month and 25 clients a month and 50, then 100 clients per month and perfect our sales motion. But it's always operational issues that we run into. And I want to move at lightning fast pace while always prioritizing quality. I would never, ever, ever sacrifice the quality of the service in exchange for more money in short-term quantity because I have a long-term vision. If we want to go to these massive goals, it's always the quality first. Perfect making the best food in the entire world, and then it's very easy to get customers. That's kind of the reason why I always have said, I've been making videos for the past 3 years, and now the business is exploding. I've been making them for 4 years. Back when the business was incredibly small, now we're a lot bigger than most of these online guys without ever selling anything to consumers. We're not selling to fucking people. We're trying to grow something, or just a agency. And I said for the past 3 years that we were going to perfect the foundation of our business to where we had such a solid foundation that we have the ability to make the largest skyscraper in the world, where a lot of people, they scale prematurely and have a building that can only get so tall because they don't have a super good foundation. And I see a lot of flaws in my statements when I was saying that because I didn't know what I didn't know. I wasn't good enough, and it took me too long. In the grand scheme of things, 3 to 4 years is not that long to get to the position that we are in, being in a very small percentile of entire businesses in the entire world. But I was just not smart enough. I didn't know what I didn't know. And that's why it took us so long. And now I think that we have a lot of the pieces to really ramp up in every single exponential piece. I mean, we have been on such a high exponential curve, but from a log standpoint, I want to be here. We're right here. Last year, we were over here. And so we are really on this incredible trajectory. I'm just always wanting to move. And so what happens? A lot of people, and I've seen the reason why I'm thinking so big is because when you're in bigger rooms where people are doing more than you are forced to adapt. I remember when I was 16 or 17 years old and I was going to the gym, there was this one guy in the gym that I looked up to. He was like this 25-year-old dude that was doing like the coolest calisthenics movements. He was lifting a lot of weight. He was super jacked. And I started working out with him. And we became cool friends. We would work out once in a while. But every single time I would want to be leveling up. I'm like, fuck, this dude's doing weighted pull-ups with 3 45-pound weights. And he's just jamming them out. I'm like, fuck, I've got to level up. I've got to get to that level. Whereas when you're working out with friends where you're the most jacked person, it's like, okay, everyone's trying to follow you. And so I've always been in the position because I've moved so slowly and I've always focused on network and providing value that my network is people that have publicly traded companies. It's people that are doing hundreds of millions of dollars per year in their businesses, that are looking to do billions of dollars per year in their businesses. And because of that, that's the scale that I think about. The same way when you're working out with someone that's so much further ahead, you think on the same scale that they are on. It's the same way in business and in life. The rooms that you put yourself in are the outcomes that you compare yourself to. And so a lot of mistakes that I've seen that my clients have told me they've made, that my friends have said that they've made, is once you start to make a lot of money from an avenue, your brain naturally says, okay, let me get to this exact same level in another avenue. For example, I could try and grow a social media and talk about how we scaled an agency to millions of dollars. We could do that and then sell people the system that we have for our agency, a plug and play, teach people how to get clients, teach people how to service clients, teach people how to like run an agency to millions of dollars. Or I could just grow the agency to hundreds of millions of dollars. I could either have an agency that does a few $1,000,000 and then a coaching program, which is where I help agency owners how to make $1,000,000 or a few $1,000,000 per year, how to go from $20,000 to $100,000 per month. And you could show the proof and you could do all these things. And I could probably grow that to where it was another few $1,000,000 per year. And that's what most people do. They have their business and then they sell people, other people, because they start an info product and a coaching program. I would rather build a brand and hire as many people as possible and use it to where I'm documenting us growing a multi-billion dollar company that potentially will be public in like a 5 to 6 year period of time. And I think that is really awesome. Just showing the compression of business. Because if you go to the first video on this channel, and I had another channel where I was making a video every single day, Joshua Lassard, instead of this one, where I was barely making any money 4 years ago. And I was just talking about how we were scaling very, 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 very slowly. And that's really just business. Provide value that someone is willing to pay for and have such a good quality service that people are very happy paying for it. And they tell their friends, like, hey, this is a good service. And if we come into a business and we can make them an extra $100,000 per month, then guess what? They're going to pay us as much as they need to. That is under $100,000 a month to keep us there. And it's just the constancy of provide value, get a service, provide more and more value. And the hard part at scale is managing people and hiring and training people for us, because people have to do the work. I cannot do the work for 10,000 clients. Our team of 25 people right now cannot do the work for 1,000 clients or even 25 clients. We need a bunch more people to be able to handle all these people or all these clients. And so then we need to have a great system for training culture and cultivating company culture at scale. And that's just a new skill set, because when you have 1,000 people, your culture has to be super good. And your KPIs, your key performance indicators, that so people know that they're doing a good job, have to be very good. And we want to gamify the culture, because most of our employees are going to be young 20-year-olds that are making a lot of money. And that we want to have leaderboards to where people can see, okay, I'm ranked number 3 right now with my client base. If I'm number 1, I get a full trip paid for wherever. And so we want to gamify the culture to where people that are performing well get other rewards. And it's a fun video game style ordeal. But this is just things that come slowly, because if we have the best company culture, if we have the best incentives, and if we have the best payment structure to where people can literally be making unlimited amounts of money, then we can attract very good caliber talent. The same way people go to Harvard to try and work at a hedge fund, try and work at BlackRock or any of these big institutional firms, because they know that if they go there, they'll be able to make their few $100,000 per year. We want to have that same company culture and that same incentive system, but with the online world. But all this is difficult. It is really hard. And anyone that says business is easy, they are trying to sell you that there's an easy solution. They are trying to sell it to you, because it is not. It is simple, but it is fucking hard. It is really hard. And I am a full, firm believer of paying for coaching. I've paid for it a lot in the past, and paying to be in the right rooms and going to different events. But it is not easy. It is very, 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 very challenging. And whenever you think it's easy, that does not go long. I mean, there's been like a few months on end, like that you'll have like a good run where you really make a lot of progress and the business is growing and the people are doing well. But then shit happens and shit's going to go wrong, and everything's always going wrong. And I have a call in 10 minutes with a client that's going to last a long time. It's 5. They're going to be 5:30. The call's not going to end until 7. And I got a lot of shit to do. And I work all hours of the day. And when I want to wake up and I don't want to work, I still have to work, because I don't get to take days off, because every single person's problem in the company eventually comes up to me. And then all the problems lie on the business owner. And it is very stressful. And there is a lot of pressure. But it is incredibly fulfilling. And it is a very, very awesome life being able to have a business and do whatever you want to. And then for me, being able to hang out with other business owners that also have massive dreams. And I think of it as like the best sport in the world. You know how fun it is to have a vision and then turning that vision into reality? It's like playing video games, but in real life. And I've found that the people that I relate most to and the people that I want to spend the most time with always have these businesses. And if I had to craft my perfect day, it would be having dinner with a small group of people that are also crushing it and exchanging ideas and having an incredibly fruitful conversation. It's something that drives me and fires me up. I absolutely love it. I honestly don't know what to talk about on this channel because now that the business is growing a lot, I feel douchey talking about the business growing. It's easier when there's huge troubles for me to talk about all the issues that are going on. So any questions that someone has that you would want a video on, just let me know. Because I don't know who the demographics are. I mean, if it's a 17-year-old kid, if anyone has questions, I have to make these stupid videos because I commit to myself to making them. So if you have ideas, or any questions, please let me know. Please, I'm asking a favor, guys. Because I've sat here for 10 minutes looking at myself, which I don't want to be doing, saying, well, Josh, what should I talk about right now? And then I just fucking find myself on Instagram, and the first thing I see is, you know how fucking easy it is to make $100,000 a month? Just some utter douchebag that's literally standing right outside in front of his $1 million Lamborghini, this Miami douchebag, saying how easy it is to make $100,000. Even though that was being satire, and I understand that. A lot of people are selling that kind of lifestyle and saying how fucking easy it is because they're going to then sell you a coaching program for $7,000 that they want you to finance because you work a normal job and you don't have the money to buy it. But they're saying that it's the only path to financial freedom. And then you sign up for the program and it's a bunch of course material telling you what you've already heard before and like a group coaching call, which you're like, okay, well, what do I do with this now? And that is those people need sales. They need sales at all times because you're funding their lifestyle.